Hello guys, how are you? I hope you're very fine and you might be doing great. And many of you might have completed your exams, half yearly exams, and you might be just chilling now. Okay, so welcome to the channel VIBGYOR of Talents. And in today's video, we are going to look at the chapter Quadrilaterals. So Quadrilaterals is one of my favorite chapter if I have to say. In quadrilaterals, it is just basically what we see in our entire life, in our surroundings, that is nothing but quadrilaterals. Most of the shapes come under this category, quadrilateral. So it's very interesting. You might be also feeling it very interesting. If you don't feel it interesting also, I will make you very interested in this topic. It's the chapter 8 of class 9 from the NCERT textbook of mathematics class 9 from NCERT. It's CBSE, basically it's from CBSE. So as I've said you, quadrilaterals is one of the most interesting topics that we find in our everyday life, that are applicable to us in everyday life. So let's start with very simple thing. Just take a point over here, just random place. Okay, I took a point over here and then one more point just beside it and another point beside it, and let's take another point. That's it, it's enough. So we have taken 4 points. So if you look at the position of it, they're just beside each other. What is the importance about it? So actually all these dots are in a straight line, if you see. So we can say that it's linear. So what do you mean by linear? Linear means something which is straight. So these dots are looking straight, they are arranged in a straight manner. So this is known as, these points are linear points. We call it linear points just because they are beside each other and they lie in a straight line. For example, again these lines, if I took it in another place, another point I took it in another place, another point I took it in another place. And just if you try to join all these points, it forms a line. Nothing but it forms a line. So here also, if you arrange this or if you just draw a line over it, if you just attach them, it just forms a linear pair of points. So these are nothing but linear pairs. So we call these 4 dots linear. And remember that if we attach or if we draw something, if we try to join them, all of them together should make a straight line as you see here. Then these dots are known as linear pair. And again, let's do the same activity, but now let's take a dot over here, here, and somewhere over there, and just here. So what do you observe here? We just took the dots in some random places. Okay, we just took some points in some random places. So what do you get here? We get a non-collinear pair because they are not linear, they are not in a straight line, they are present in some random places. So just because of that, they are non-collinear. So let's try to take some more points. I have to get there, another here, and another here, and another there. And just I have tried to join them all. So here also I have taken 3. But if you observe, the down 3 dots are linear pair, whereas there is one collinear point also. If I join all this, it formed a triangle. Now you might be understanding a basic difference between collinear and non-collinear points. So we have already studied many properties of a triangle in chapter 6 and 7, and you know that by joining 3 non-collinear points in pairs, the figure so obtained is a triangle. So now let us try to mark 4 points and see what happens in just different patterns. So first I took a point over there, another here, another there, and another here. So as you see, there are 4 points. It's applicable. Now they said us to join it. So if we have joined it, what do you see here? we see a straight line. So by seeing straight line, what comes to your mind? A linear pair should come to your mind. So if you join all this, it is a line segment. So I have said you right before that if you join all the points in a linear pair points, then it forms nothing but a line segment. So we have taken 4 points that are collinear points. Then we found that it forms a line segment. Okay, so now let's take another point over there, another here, and another here. So what do you observe here? We have taken 3 collinear points and 1 non-collinear point. So these 3 are collinear pair, whereas that is a non-collinear point. And I have just drawn it, I have attached these dots so that it forms a triangle. So now we have seen that 3 collinear points and 1 non-collinear point together forms a triangle. Awesome, right? And let's see another just by taking some 4 points, and let's see what happens now. I've taken 1 point here, 1 point here, and 1 point there. I've taken some random points just wherever I like, and then I have tried to attach. So I have attached here, here, here. So I have attached all these. So here what did we do? We took some random points because all of them are non-collinear here. They are all non-collinear pair. So this forms a random closed figure. So I have got an arrow like thingy over here. You might be getting something else. It's not exactly arrow also. I don't know what to call it. So I'm just calling it arrow. So we will get some closed figure. Some interesting closed figure. If we have to say, I like this shape. Don't know why, but I had like this shape. Now this is very quite important. You should note that if all the points are collinear, that is the same line, it formed a line segment. We have seen it right before. We obtain a line segment, right? So if 3 out of 4 points are collinear, we get a triangle. And if we again see, if there are no 3 points out of 4 are collinear, we obtain a closed figure with 4 sides. My favorite figure, I have to say, particularly. Okay, now let's see what happens. I will take some random points. We can see that the before figure is also a random point. Now again I'm taking random points over here, over there. That's my second point, it's my third point now, and it's my fourth point. Now I'm gonna join these. Look, I have joined it now. So now this is also 4 non-collinear points. This is known as a quadrilateral. So what is quadrilateral? Such a figure formed by joining 4 points, as we have seen it here, in an order is called a quadrilateral. So if you take any book also, we will consider many quadrilaterals of this type. Okay, so we'll be seeing many quadrilaterals. Okay, let's move forward. We have known what is quadrilateral now. So this is a basic quadrilateral. I have just named it as A, B, C and D. So a quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 angles and also 4 vertices. Now what are sides? You might be knowing it actually, but I'm just revising it. So here AB is one side, BC is one side, CD is one side, DA is one side. By saying this all only, you might be understanding what are sides. If you have forgotten it, you might be learning in some point of the study, but if you forget it, you should be understanding. Otherwise, you should be in your 2nd or 3rd class, obviously. Just kidding. Okay, so what are the 4 angles? Angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D, and 4 vertices are also present in this quadrilateral. So a quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 angles and 4 vertices. Remember it, as it is very important. And then in quadrilateral ABCD, AB, as I have said you, BC, CD and DA are the 4 sides. And A, B, C and D are the 4 vertices. And angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D are the 4 angles formed at the vertices. So for the people who forgot it, I'm just revising it once again. Okay, now let's see again. Let's take this parallelogram, but here as you can see a dotted line. So why did we take this dotted line? Let's see. So now we should join the opposite vertices of this parallelogram, that is from A to C and B to D. We have to just draw a dotted line, as you can see here. We have to join the opposite vertices. So AC and BD are the two diagonals of this quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So what are diagonals? It just divides the figure into equal halves. Okay, that is nothing but diagonals. So here in this, AC and DB should be the diagonals in this quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So in this chapter, we will study more about different types of quadrilaterals, the properties, and especially those of these parallelograms. Are very interesting stuff. Okay, so now you might be wondering, why should we even study and learn about quadrilaterals or parallelograms? The basic answer from you I would expect is that because it's there for exam. To get marks, of course we should study it, right? Okay, it's just a fun joke cracked by me. So actually, what is the reason behind that? Why should we study about quadrilaterals? Is that most of the things around us are made up of quadrilaterals. So just look around you and you'll find so many objects which are of the shape of a quadrilateral, like the floor, walls, ceiling of your house, windows of your house, the blackboard, and each face of the tester if you have a blackboard in your house. Okay, so each page of your book and the top of your study table and even the laptop or mobile you're watching, etc. There are so many quadrilaterals around you. I just can't be saying quadrilaterals. If it would be centuries if I'd be saying all the quadrilaterals present in this world. Rather, in your room also it would take me centuries. Okay, so we are learning about quadrilaterals because they are there almost in every part of the world where you live in. So actually, most of the objects we see around us are of the shape of quadrilateral called rectangle, as you can see here. We shall study more about quadrilaterals and especially these parallelograms, because a rectangle is also a parallelogram and all properties of a parallelogram are true for a rectangle. Some might not be knowing this, it's just a fact like thingy, okay? So we'll be knowing more about parallelogram, rectangles and its properties soon. So that is enough for today, guys. We are going to learn a lot in the next videos. They might be very helpful for you in your studies of class 9, especially math. So that's it for today, guys. Bye bye. Have a great day.